If you're over 60 and waking up to pee every night, it's not just aging, it's one silent mistake almost everyone makes. Fixing it could mean deep, uninterrupted sleep again. Stay until the very end, because the final tip I share is the one that brings real, lasting relief. That familiar feeling in the dead of night. It's a sensation so ingrained, it has become part of the very texture of your sleep. Your body jolts you awake, not from a thrilling dream or a sudden noise, but from a quiet yet incredibly pressing urge. Another trip to the bathroom. You swing your legs out of the warmth of the covers, your feet touching the cool floor, and you sigh. You tell yourself it's just a part of getting older, a tax on your years. But what if that's not the whole truth? What if it's a simple mechanical mistake you're making every single day, and the solution, the real solution, costs nothing at all? What if the key to unlocking a full, deep, uninterrupted night of sleep isn't in a pill, a supplement, or some expensive gadget? What if it's been waiting for you this whole time, hidden in the basic laws of physics and the brilliant design of your own body? In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the one simple, no-cost change you can make to your evening routine that can give you back your sacred, unbroken sleep. The answer is almost certainly not what you think, and I promise you, this is information you will want to hear. Stay with me, because a full night's rest, the kind you may have thought was gone forever, is waiting for you at the end of this video. We need to talk about what's really happening when your sleep is broken, night after night. It's a pattern, isn't it? A predictable, frustrating cycle that has become so routine you might have stopped questioning it, accepting it as your new normal. But just because something is common doesn't mean it's normal, and it certainly doesn't mean it's something you have to live with forever. The whole process often begins with a sense of resignation even before your head hits the pillow. You already anticipate the interruption. You might try to limit your fluids after dinner. You might make sure to use the restroom right before you turn out the lights. But still, like clockwork, it happens. 2, 3, 4 in the morning, there's that unmistakable signal. And the act of getting up is so much more than just a minor inconvenience. It's a complete and total disruption of the delicate, intricate architecture of your sleep. Think of your sleep as a carefully constructed building with different floors, each serving a vital purpose. When you're forced awake, you're not just stepping outside for a moment, you're causing a tremor that shakes the entire structure. You're being pulled out of the most critical phases of rest, the very foundations of your well-being. That deep, slow-wave sleep, for instance, is when your body does its most important physical repairs. It's when growth hormone is released, when tissues are mended, and when your brain meticulously clears out metabolic waste products that accumulate during your waking hours. This is the phase of sleep that leaves you feeling physically refreshed, like your body's battery has truly been charged back to 100%. When you're forced awake, you shatter that process. It's like stopping a construction crew mid-job. The work is left unfinished. Then there's the REM sleep, the stage where you dream, where your mind processes complex emotions and consolidates memories, transferring important information from short-term to long-term storage. This is what helps you wake up feeling mentally sharp, creative, and emotionally balanced. Each time you have to get out of bed, you interrupt these vital cycles, and falling back to sleep isn't always easy, is it? Your mind, now activated, starts to whir. You think about the time. You glance at the clock and immediately calculate how many hours you have left before the alarm goes off. That calculation alone can trigger a wave of anxiety. You might feel a little chill from being out of your warm, comfortable bed, making it harder to relax again. And so, what should have been a quick 2-minute interruption turns into 30 minutes, an hour, or even more of frustrating, mind-racing wakefulness. You lie there staring into the darkness, feeling more and more awake, while the precious hours of potential rest just tick away. This cycle repeats night after night, chipping away at the very core of your health. This isn't just about feeling a little tired or needing an extra cup of coffee. This chronic sleep fragmentation has profound, far-reaching effects on your waking life. It steals your energy, leaving you feeling perpetually groggy and depleted, as if you're moving through your day with a heavy weight strapped to you. That morning cup of coffee doesn't give you a boost of energy. It just makes you feel slightly less exhausted, bringing you from a state of profound fatigue to just plain old tired. It's a temporary patch on a systemic problem. It fogs your thinking, making it harder to concentrate at work, harder to follow the plot of a movie, harder to remember names or where you put your keys. You might find yourself rereading the same paragraph over and over, the words just not sinking in. It can make you feel irritable and short-tempered, putting a real strain on your relationships with the very people you love the most. You might lose your patience with your spouse over something trivial or feel a wave of irrational annoyance at a slow driver, later feeling a pang of guilt for your overreaction. It's a thief. It quietly steals the vitality, the clarity, and the joy that you have every right to experience every single day. And the most frustrating part of it all is the sense of powerlessness it creates. You've been told, or you've simply come to believe, that this is an unavoidable consequence of aging. It's just what happens. Your bladder gets weaker, your body changes, and this is your new diminished reality. You accept it, because what other choice do you have? I am here today to tell you with absolute confidence and deep compassion that this is not the full story. For a vast number of people, perhaps even for you, this nightly parade to the bathroom is not about a weak bladder or some irreversible sign of getting older. It is the direct result of a simple mechanical process happening in your body throughout the day, a process that you have the power to influence with a simple adjustment to your evening. The problem isn't your bladder's capacity at 3 in the morning. The problem begins with what's happening in your body at 3 in the afternoon. We've been focusing entirely on the symptom, the nighttime waking, without truly understanding the root cause that sets the stage hours earlier. And that's what we're going to unravel together right now. The aha moment is coming, and with it, the key to reclaiming your rest. You deserve to understand your body, and you deserve the profound peace of a full, uninterrupted night of sleep. It's not a luxury, it's a biological necessity for a healthy, vibrant, and happy life. And it is far, far more attainable than you may have been led to believe. Let's move past the frustration and into the solution. The narrative that this is just how it is perhaps the most damaging part of the whole experience. It's a quiet poison that seeps into your mindset, making you accept a lower quality of life as your inescapable fate. You might stop planning evening activities because you know you'll pay the price with exhaustion the next day. You might feel a growing sense of dread as the sun begins to set, knowing the nightly battle is about to begin all over again. This feeling of being at war with your own body is profoundly exhausting in and of itself. We internalize these societal messages, these well-meaning but misguided comments from friends and family, and they become our unshakable truth. But a truth is only a truth until it is challenged by new information, by a new perspective. What we're doing here today is challenging that old, tired, and disempowering story. We are writing a new one. A story where you are not a passive victim of aging, but an active, knowledgeable participant in your own well-being. A story where you understand the why behind your body's signals and can respond with wisdom and care. The frustration you feel is valid. The exhaustion you're experiencing is absolutely real. But the idea that it is permanent is the myth that we are here to dismantle, piece by piece. Your body is not failing you. It's operating on a set of logical principles that until now may have been completely invisible to you. Let's make them visible. Let's turn on the lights so you can see the machinery at work and finally take back the controls. So, what is this great mystery? What is this hidden cause behind so many countless sleepless nights? The answer is surprisingly simple, almost anticlimactic in its elegance. And it has to do with one of the most fundamental forces on Earth, gravity. All day long, from the moment you get out of bed in the morning and place your feet on the floor, gravity is at work on your body. As you stand to make breakfast, as you walk to your car, even as you sit in a chair at your desk, gravity is gently but constantly pulling everything downward. This includes the fluids in your body. Over the course of many hours, a significant amount of water from your bloodstream and the surrounding tissues can slowly seep downwards, following the path of least resistance. It begins to pool and accumulate in the lowest parts of your body, which are, of course, your lower legs, your ankles, and your feet. This is a very common and normal physiological phenomenon, often referred to as mild dependent edema. You might not even notice it consciously. Perhaps your socks leave a slightly deeper indent at the end of the day, or maybe your ankles feel just a little puffy if you press on them. But for many, it's a subtle process that goes completely unseen. Think of your lower legs as a pair of reservoirs. Throughout your entire waking day, as long as you are upright, these reservoirs are slowly, imperceptibly filling up with excess fluid, drawn down by the relentless pull of gravity. Your body is functioning perfectly normally, but it's constantly working against this powerful downward force. Now here is the crucial part of the puzzle, the linchpin that explains everything. What happens when you finally finish your day, brush your teeth, and lie down in bed to go to sleep? You fundamentally change your body's orientation to gravity. You go from being vertical for 16 hours to being horizontal. All of that fluid that had spent the entire day pooling in your lower legs is suddenly no longer being held captive there by gravity's downward pull. It's now free. It's free to re-enter your circulatory system, to flow back into your bloodstream with ease. It's like tipping over those two reservoirs you've been filling all day. Suddenly, your bloodstream experiences a significant influx of fluid that simply wasn't there a few hours earlier when you were still upright. This sudden surge of fluid, now back in circulation, then makes its way through your system to your kidneys. Your kidneys are your body's brilliant, tireless filtration system. Their primary job is to filter waste products from your blood and produce urine to excrete them, all while maintaining a perfect, delicate balance of fluid and electrolytes in your body. They are masters of homeostasis. When this large volume of new fluid arrives all at once, your kidneys do exactly what they are exquisitely designed to do. They get to work. They kick into a higher gear, diligently filtering this excess fluid and producing urine at a much higher rate than they were just a few hours before. And where does all that newly produced urine go? It goes directly into your bladder. So, while your mind is trying to drift off into deep restorative sleep, your kidneys are working overtime on the late shift, and consequently your bladder is filling up much faster than it normally would during the night. The issue isn't a weak bladder that can't hold a normal amount of urine. It's a perfectly healthy bladder being asked to handle an abnormally large volume of fluid in a very short period of time, specifically during your prime sleeping hours. This is the aha moment. This is the paradigm shift. The problem isn't what you drink at 8 o'clock at night. The problem is the fluid that has been slowly and silently accumulating in your legs since 8 o'clock in the morning. You are essentially taking a day's worth of pooled fluid to bed with you every single night. Your body then has no choice but to process it and get rid of it while you're trying to sleep. The nightly bathroom trips are not a sign of failure. They are a sign of your kidneys doing their job perfectly, just at the most inconvenient time possible. This understanding changes absolutely everything. It shifts the focus from trying to manage the symptom at night to addressing the root cause during the day, or more specifically, in the hours just before you go to sleep. It's a simple mechanical issue that requires an equally simple mechanical solution. It's not about a pill or a complex medical procedure. It's about working with your body's natural systems and with the undeniable force of gravity, rather than being an unknowing victim of them. This knowledge is power. It gives you back control over a process that felt completely and frustratingly out of your hands. It's not about aging. It's about physics. Let's use an analogy to make it even clearer and more concrete. Imagine you have a long garden hose that you've been using all day, but instead of the hose lying on a flat surface, there's a low spot in the middle where water naturally collects and forms a big, heavy bulge. All day long, as water flows through, that bulge gets bigger and bigger. Then, at the end of the day, you go to put the hose away and you lift up that low spot. What happens? All the water that was pulled there suddenly rushes through the rest of the hose and gushes out the nozzle at the end. Intentionally drain that bulge in the hose before you put it away for the night. This simple shift in perspective is the absolute key to unlocking the door to deep, uninterrupted sleep. It's all about timing. It's about giving your body the chance to do its necessary work when you are awake and prepared for it, not when you are deep in the most vulnerable and vital phases of slumber. Now that we have completely demystified the cause, let's talk about the solution. And I hope you'll be relieved and perhaps even a little delighted to hear how wonderfully simple, elegant, and effective it is. If the problem is caused by gravity pulling fluid down into your legs all day, then the solution is simply to reverse that process before you go to bed. We need to give that pulled fluid a chance to get back into your circulation and be processed by your kidneys while you are still awake and can comfortably use the restroom. The goal is to go to bed with your reservoirs already empty. So, how do we do this? We use the force of gravity to our advantage, making it work for us instead of against us. It's a technique I call the gravity reversal. And it's exactly what it sounds like. For a period of 1 to 2 hours before you intend to go to sleep, you simply need to elevate your legs. That is it. That is the core of this life-changing solution. No pills, no potions, no cost. Just a simple, intentional repositioning of your body in space and time. By elevating your legs so that your feet are positioned higher than the level of your heart, you allow gravity to do the work for you, this time in a profoundly helpful way. It will gently coax all of that accumulated fluid out of your lower extremities, your feet, your ankles, your calves, and guide it back into your central circulation. From there, it makes its way to your kidneys, which will, as we've discussed, dutifully filter it and turn it into urine. Your bladder will fill, and you will naturally feel the urge to use the restroom, perhaps 1, 2, or even 3 times during this period. But the beauty of it is, you are doing this while you are awake, comfortable, and fully prepared for it. You are effectively pre-processing your nightly fluid load. You are wringing out the sponges of your lower legs before you lie down for the night. By the time you actually get into bed to sleep, the vast majority of that excess, gravitationally pulled fluid has already been dealt with. Your kidneys can quiet down for the night, and your bladder won't be under a relentless siege. The emergency is over before it even had a chance to begin. Let's talk about the practicalities, because comfort is key to making this a sustainable habit. How do you actually elevate your legs comfortably? There are several incredibly easy ways to do this, and you don't need any fancy or expensive equipment. The simplest method is to lie down on your back, either on a sofa or on your bed, and stack 2 or 3 firm pillows or cushions under your lower legs and feet. You want to create a gentle, comfortable slope. The key is to ensure your ankles are noticeably higher than your heart. Don't prop your legs up at a harsh 90-degree angle. A gentle, sustained elevation is all that's needed. Another absolutely excellent option, if you happen to have one, is a recliner chair. Recliners are perfectly designed for this exact purpose. Simply lean back, put your feet up, and relax for that 1 to 2 hour window before your intended bedtime. It's the perfect opportunity to do something you already enjoy doing in the evening. This is not about adding a difficult chore to your day. It's about slightly modifying an existing period of rest to make it profoundly more effective. This isn't dead time. It's not a boring medical task. This is your time. I want you to reframe this 1 to 2 hours of leg elevation as a new, luxurious evening ritual. It's the perfect time to read that book you've been meaning to get to. You can catch up on a favorite television show or a movie. You can listen to calming music, an audiobook, or a fascinating podcast. You can use this time to talk with your partner or catch up with a family member on the phone. The point is to integrate this simple, powerful health habit into your existing lifestyle seamlessly. It's not a chore. It is a profound act of self-care that comes with an incredible reward. Think of it as your dedicated sleep preparation time. It's a quiet, winding down period that not only helps your body physically by rebalancing its fluids, but it also signals to your mind that it's time to transition away from the stresses and demands of the day and prepare for deep, healing rest. You are calming your mind and your bladder at the exact same time. Some questions you might have. How long is long enough? For most people, a solid hour is a great place to start and can make a huge difference. But if you can comfortably manage 2 hours, that's even better, as it gives your body more time to fully process the fluid. Will I have to get up to use the bathroom during this time? Yes, most likely you will, and that is the entire point. That is the sign that it's working. Every time you get up to go during your elevation time is one less time you'll be getting up in the middle of the night. You are shifting the schedule to your own advantage. What if it feels a little strange or uncomfortable at first? Like any new habit, it might take a few days for your body to get used to it. The key is to find the most comfortable position for you. Experiment with different pillows or a different incline. Make sure the pillows support your calves, not just your heels. The most important factor is consistency. Try it every single night for 1 week. That's all I ask. Commit to this one small, simple change for just 7 evenings, and I'm incredibly confident that you will notice a dramatic and perhaps even emotional difference in the quality of your sleep. Now, I want you to do something for me. I want you to pause for a moment and truly imagine what this change could mean for you. Don't just hear my words. I want you to paint a detailed picture in your mind. It's nighttime. You've completed your new evening ritual. You spent a relaxing hour or so with your feet up, reading a good book or listening to some music. You've already visited the restroom a couple of times. You get into bed feeling a sense of calm and a quiet confidence. You pull up the covers, your head sinks into the pillow, and you close your eyes. And now, imagine nothing. Imagine the profound absence of that familiar, unwelcome jolt at 3 in the morning. Imagine the silence of the house remaining completely unbroken. Imagine your body sinking deeper and deeper into restorative, healing sleep, moving seamlessly through its natural cycles without a single interruption. And then imagine the very next thing you are consciously aware of is the gentle morning light filtering into your room, or the soft, distant sound of your alarm clock. You slowly open your eyes, not with a feeling of groggy dread and fatigue, but with a sense of genuine, deep refreshment. You feel rested, truly rested. What does that feel like in your body? Can you feel it? It's a feeling of wholeness, of integration. Your limbs feel light and capable, not heavy with the familiar ache of fatigue. Your mind feels clear and sharp, not clouded with that persistent mental fog. The world around you looks a little sharper, the colors a little brighter. That first cup of coffee in the morning is a pure pleasure, a warm and comforting ritual, not a desperate necessity you need just to function. It's an enhancement to your morning, not the foundation of it. Think about what you could do with that reclaimed energy. It's not just about not being tired. It's about what that abundant energy allows you to be and to do. It's having the vitality to get on the floor and play with your grandchildren without your back aching and your mind screaming for a nap. It's having the mental clarity and sustained focus to engage deeply in your hobbies, whether that's gardening, painting, woodworking, or tackling a challenging crossword puzzle without your mind drifting away. It's having the patience and the emotional presence to truly connect with your spouse, your friends, and your family. It's about having conversations where you are fully present, listening deeply instead of just waiting for your turn to speak, your mind half occupied by exhaustion. It's about getting your full, vibrant life back from the insidious thief of broken sleep. This is about reclaiming the best version of yourself. This is not a fantasy. This is not a pipe dream. This is the direct, tangible result of giving your body what it needs to function optimally, of working with it instead of unknowingly fighting against it. Uninterrupted sleep is a cornerstone of health, influencing everything from your immune system and your metabolism to your mood and your memory. When you sleep deeply and without interruption, you are giving your brain the precious time it needs to file away important memories and clear out the toxic clutter. You are allowing your body to repair tissues, reduce systemic inflammation, and regulate critical hormones like cortisol and insulin. You wake up not just feeling better, but literally being healthier from the inside out. This one simple change, elevating your legs before bed, has a stunning cascade of positive effects that can ripple through every single aspect of your existence. It can restore a sense of control and profound optimism. You are no longer at the mercy of your nights. You are the architect of your own rest. This is the power you now hold in your hands. It's knowledge, a deep understanding of your own body's mechanics, and a simple, practical tool to put that knowledge into immediate action. It's the crucial difference between passive suffering and active problem solving. It empowers you to step off the frustrating merry-go-round that has likely plagued you for years, maybe even decades. The solution was there all along, hidden in plain sight, in the simple force of gravity and the elegant design of your own body. All it required was a shift in perspective to see it clearly. The journey from exhausted to energized, from foggy to focused, from irritable to joyful, begins with this one small intentional act. It's a gift you can give yourself every single evening. The gift of a peaceful night and a vibrant tomorrow. You deserve to feel your best. You deserve to have boundless energy. You deserve to wake up feeling truly alive and ready to embrace the day with open arms. Tonight doesn't have to be another exhausting cycle of waking and worrying. You now hold the key to turning those frustrating nights into deeply restorative, healing sleep. I want you to imagine closing your eyes tonight and not opening them again until the morning sun greets you. This isn't a fantasy, it's a simple mechanical change away. Sleep deeply, my friend, and reclaim the energy, the clarity, and the life you so richly deserve.